What's up, world? I'm Drew Morrissey, and this is How to Rap.
Yeah, I'm the only one to get the job done. I don't know a nigga that could cover for me. Yeah, got some game from my day. So she might say she love me, she don't love me like she say she love me. Believe me, believe me. I'm that nigga boy that love me in the street. I'm not trying to find nobody else to be.
Now today we're going to talk about the delivery tricks on Lil Wayne's new single off the Carter 5, Believe Me, featuring Drake. Now, this is a single in which it's a street banger, but it's also kind of like a smooth vibe kind of thing you could play on the highway, driving down, just getting in the mood, feeling yourself, starting to really get in your zone, so to speak. And so with that, their delivery is tailored to not being overexcited, not trying to overperform, but rather to show people they already feel like they're in the top position. They already feel like they got it. I'm the only one that can get the job done, as the song says. So what you're going to want to do is focus on the deliveries on this song in order to make your rap more effective and basically sound cooler. Now, the first thing I want to point to is Drake on his first verse, and how with his voice, with his delivery, he's not really yelling that much. He's not really overly intense. He's actually real subtle and cool, barely raising his voice, probably talking even a little bit lower than I am right now. So when he starts the verse like,
It's been me and Young Tune off the rip. That's the man that put me in the shit. If a nigga fuck with him, I put him down quick. Got a verse for anybody who won't talk about the clip.
you can notice how he's barely even rapping at this level right here. You can barely even hear him. It's almost like the king on his throne doesn't need to raise his voice because everybody's already listening. So you want to emulate that and take from Drake. He does this in a lot of songs where he doesn't feel like he needs to over rap, which is one of the common things I see in a lot of newer guys trying to get into MCing. As they come on the verse or they come in the studio, they're like, yo, check it out. Yo, I'm that dude. You better, overly intense. And it doesn't sound cool, especially nowadays. It just sounds like you're trying too hard, like you've never been here before, like you've never stepped inside a booth. So you want to chill it out, follow the moves that Drake and Wayne are using, and actually just chill, maybe just about this level. Get into your mode, man. You already won. You know what I mean? Now the other tactic you can use, Lil Wayne uses to maximum effectiveness on the second verse. And that is where you're gonna start your verse really chill, but as you come with more intense, more catchy punchlines, you start raising your voice and getting in the mode. And Lil Wayne does this over the course of his career, and he's one of the best at it. So you can first check out how he starts the verse very chill, lighting his blunt or whatever he's smoking. I'm not judging. And he barely seems to even be paying attention. He kind of comes in.
His and hers Ferraris, nigga. One for me, one for my daughter, nigga. Waiting for someone to test me like a Harvard, nigga.
So you can see how he starts the verse not even barely trying. It's almost like he's bored, like I'm too good. But then as he starts to build the punchlines, he actually starts to get more intense. So about 4 bars in, he comes with a pretty sick punchline with,
Nigga out of duct tape, so when he praying, I ignore the nigga. All I gotta say is sayonara, nigga. Drop dead gorgeous, but the bitch ain't dying for a nigga.
You can notice how right when he hits that drop dead gorgeous, he just starts getting more intense. Drop dead gorgeous thing, and then it's boom. Like the intensity in the delivery is coming up because he just killed you with a hard punchline about the sayonara, duct tape, all that. It's pretty hot. I'll give Wayne props on that one. And then he does it again to even get farther in the verse, and this is where he's really at the height of his strength of delivery, and he's really hit the crescendo of his rap, so to speak. So you can check out when he says something like,
Diamonds in my rolling face cannot be exfoliated. They think I'm associated. I'm the one that orchestrated. Yeah, yo, get a ass whip. Whip that ass like horses racing.
and you can notice now how now his flow is faster, it's more intense, and his delivery is more intense. So you really want to learn this from Lil Wayne. Increase your flow, but also increase your delivery with it. So as it gets faster, you want to hit it hard too. Eminem does this as well. You can check his career and his major songs for that tactic, and you can expand your reach and ability along with it. Now the third thing I want you to focus on with regards to delivery is obviously the second part of the song, where they both do different flows. Now Drake, in his case, he does this sort of, I guess what he's calling the Slim Thug flow. I always thought it was like his version of 2 Chainz. But as you'll notice, he kind of gets a southern flow, does that kind of thing. And you can check out when he comes into the verse, he does.
Had to get it poppin' off the rip. Rich young nigga that ain't never had the trick. Slim Thug flow, but you know I like him thick.
And now his voice is completely different. He's done this voice before on Started From the Bottom, Worst Behavior. A lot of his new singles, he kind of uses this. And what it allows him to do is take on different characters, as I've talked about before, as other rappers do, in order to make a new flow. And in fact, the beat itself is actually very different. It's more southern. So you want to emulate that as well. Take from Drake, find maybe a southern flow if you're from the East Coast. If you're from the South, you might want to do like Wayne does, take on an East Coast flow occasionally, and expand your reach, expand your market. You can get more fans this way. And Drake knows that. Similarly, Lil Wayne does the same thing. He takes on sort of like a 2 Chainz flow on his second verse. And when he comes in, like,
tape a couple kilos to the bitch stomach. She look like she got a bun in the oven for me preheat. Believe me.
You just feel like it's a different character, but you know it's Wayne, so you can really vibe. So you want to take from these guys. You want to focus on the delivery. You want to focus on when they don't overdo it. They know how to play it chill because it's kind of a smooth street kind of a track. But you also want to focus on how to make your flow start to build with your punchlines, with your rhymes, with how you're interacting with the beat, getting a little bit more intense, saying some more gangster shit, and expanding yourself. And then, of course, you want to have different deliveries. You want to be able to do different things with your voice, because that's what the greats do. That's what the guys who are on the top Billboard chart, like Lil Wayne, like Drake, are doing day in and day out. So I encourage you to listen to more and more of tracks by these guys, because they do this stuff all the time. And it's tight. It's really enjoyable to listen to. It's not just your same old flow, rap, automated bullshit. It's really dynamic. Now, the last thing I'll say as a bonus is, if you are not completely up on your rap history or your slang, you'll notice a punchline from Lil Wayne in which he says, "Drop dead gorgeous, but she ain't dying for a nigga. Where my real queens out? Shout out Capone and Noriega." And what that is Capone and Noriega are 2 rappers from Queens, New York. They were really big in the 90s, kind of like New York street rappers. Guys that kind of just went straight on the beat and just went hard and didn't overthink the music. And any real hip-hop head is very familiar with CNN, as they call them, particularly their song Blood Money, and they have a couple other versions of that. And so I just put this bonus out there so that you'll know you want to make sure your rap history and your slang and your geographic knowledge is up, because when you're listening to these rappers like Wayne, they're going to shout out different people, and you want to shout out your homeboys, and you want to make sure that people can understand what you're saying, and you can also understand the grades, and little punchlines like that can help you. So with that being said, focus on your delivery. Don't overdo it. Don't come in the booth like, "Yo, these motherfuckers don't understand," all this shit. Just chill out, and you'll be able to make those kind of hits that you want, like Lil Wayne, like Drake. And with that being said, I'm going to enjoy this beautiful day in Los Angeles, my new hometown. Shout out to Philly, though. That's where I grew up. And look for more coming up. And I just taught you how to rap.
Gone.